This week's Piltch Point with Avram Piltch is proudly powered by Monster Products. The headphones on my head right now, the Monster Elements full on-ear, full over-the-ear. There's also an on-ear version, in-ear sports headphones, Bluetooth, wired, any kind of headphones, really any kind of headphones you could want. Plus, of course, Bluetooth speakers from the tiny Hotshot to the giant Monster Blaster and everything in between. Plus, of course, the cables and power supplies to connect these devices and all of your other devices, home entertainment, computer, and all of that. Plus, the outlet store, which I was browsing a little while ago. There are some almost offensively good deals in the outlet store right now. The Monster Blaster, which goes for $449, that was one of our picks for Christmas this year, refurbished, less than half, $199. So there are some really great deals available in the outlet store, so you can check that out and all of the other deals by going to f5live.tv/monster. And of course, that music means that it is time for the Piltch Point with online editorial director of Laptop Magazine and Tom's Guide, Avram Piltch. Avram,
hey,
it's good to be talking tech again.
Yeah, it's good to be back on the air.
A lot of stuff has happened in Tom's Guide and Laptop Mag style news since we were last on.
Yes. I think the new iPhone was since we were last on.
Yes, indeed.
Or at least our review of it.
Yes,
since
indeed.
It was last on.
But that's not. We're not going to talk about the iPhone. There's plenty of iPhone coverage out there. You don't need two more talking heads to give you information on the iPhone. If you want the information, you probably already have it. So, rather than boring you with more iPhone information, we're going to talk about a laptop instead, right?
Yes. So it's fall, now officially too. And that means a new raft of notebooks is coming out, refreshes of existing models and new ones as well. And we're really looking forward to the new 8th gen core systems, but we haven't gotten any yet. We probably expect those in the next week or two. Meanwhile, here's a very interesting refresh, a very interesting notebook in general. This here is the ASUS VivoBook E403NA. Last year's model was the E403SA, so I'm sure everyone will remember that. But this is similar to last year's model with a couple of improvements, a faster processor and a fingerprint reader. But what's neat here is, so this notebook, first let me tell you what it has, and then you tell me how much you think it would cost.
Okay.
So
sounds like a fun game.
This has a 1080p screen.
Okay.
It has aluminum lid and aluminum deck, right? It has pretty good speakers. It has a fingerprint reader. And it has, well, let's just say it has a USB-C port.
Okay.
It has solid state storage. It lasts over 8 hours on a charge.
How much solid state storage?
128 gigabytes.
Okay.
Now, so for those sorts of things, what price range do you think you would be paying?
I'm going to ask two more questions before I give you a number. How bright is the screen?
So.
Okay.
About 210 nits.
Okay. And is it touch or not?
Not touch.
Not touch. I don't know. Seems like when I was in retail, the price on something like that would have been probably in the $449 to $499 range.
Aha. So you're right. It's a little bit less.
Okay.
$399.
That's not bad at all.
Now, considering what you get, that's pretty good. Now, here are the caveats. The processor is a Pentium. It's a newer model Pentium, but it's still Pentium, which is kind of on the low end of the CPU spectrum, and that 128 gigabytes of solid state storage is not an SSD, it's eMMC memory. eMMC storage, for those who don't know, is like an SSD in the sense that it is not moving parts, it is solid state, so it's going to be use less power, and it's not going to have a whirring hard drive head that if you shake your computer will possibly have an issue, although hard drives usually don't. But it has the speeds of basically the same type of memory that you have in an SD card or a micro SD card. So it's not super fast. It's actually in a lot of cases a little bit slower than a hard drive. But this thing is very light, 3.1 pounds. It lasts over 8 hours on a charge. The audio is surprisingly good. Like, the audio quality is actually pretty good.
Nice.
And you get, 1080p screen. Now, the screen does not have...
Which alone is like a big deal.
Rarity.
Yeah.
Well, it's a rarity at this price point, right? It's rare that at, for under $500, under $600, you get a 1080p screen unless you're buying a Chromebook. Now, rare but not unheard of. The alternative to this... Now, this is a I don't know if I mentioned this. This is a 14-inch notebook. 14 inches, 3.1 pounds, pretty light, easy to carry around. Has a full array of...
And you're maneuvering the hinge rather easily, even in the awkward position that you're holding the laptop.
It's pretty light. Like, it's not like, MacBook Air light, or actually MacBook Air is not the light. Not like MacBook 12-inch light or something.
Sure.
It's 3.1 pounds, but it's pretty light. Got premium materials, has a full array of ports, including USB-C. Although it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't charge over the Type-C. You got to use a proprietary charger.
That's weird.
The alternative is, if you still want to spend under $400 and you don't mind a much heavier laptop, you can get something with better specs and a better screen. So the Acer E15 E5 33BM. Say that 5 times fast. We have a review of it on our site.
You couldn't even say it 1 time slow. How am I supposed to say it 5 times fast?
The Acer E15, the $349 configuration of it, comes with a Core i3 processor, which is better than Pentium.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with also the 1080p screen, but with a much better color gamut. This color gamut is about 69%. That one's actually over 100%. So pretty colorful. And it has a 1 terabyte hard drive, which is actually faster than the eMMC memory in this. They both have 4 gigabytes of RAM. So that laptop also lasts over 8 hours on a charge. But the difference is that laptop weighs about 5 pounds, and this one weighs 3.1 pounds. So if you're not carrying it anywhere, and that laptop is a DVD drive, so if you really want that, you get that too. So if you're not carrying it anywhere, by all means get the other one. But if you plan to use it portably, then for under $400, the trade-off in performance is worth it. The performance is not bad at all. I had like over a dozen tabs open watching a movie or whatever, and it didn't slow down. So while I wouldn't recommend playing a game on it, or doing video editing on it, it's pretty decent performance for the price and pretty decent build quality for the price. My only real qualms with it are that the touchpad, while accurate if you are slow and deliberate, feels like you're ice skating with your shoes on. It is very slippery.
Okay, interesting.
It's weird. The surface feels slippery like ice, and which I've not experienced much on touchpads. And the webcam is VGA, so when we get to that part of our conversation later, where we're talking about how you can talking about webcams, which I know we're going to talk about in another segment coming up. Yes, you will want an external webcam if you plan to do video calls on this. So we could talk about good external webcams later in the show. But
like the Logitech C920.
Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. It's a Logitech C920. I was trying to build some suspense for that really simple answer. Anyway, yeah, but overall, this is a really good deal. You can get it on Amazon for $3.99. The ASUS VivoBook E403NA. It's available now, and if you want something that's a little bit bigger but cheaper and more powerful, the Acer E15 $349 configuration, which ends in 33 BM, is an even better deal. You just can't carry it around as much. So what all of this says is that you can find some really good deals under $400 for a PC. You're not going to get the most premium build quality. You're not going to get the best, brightest screen. But you are getting pretty, palatable performance and extras like an aluminum lid, like, you would normally expect that for this price range.
Right.
So
that was actually the feature that surprised me the most, with the 1080p screen being right behind it.
Yeah, it's odd. Every now and again, you find something with aluminum that's cheap. We reviewed something called the Chewy Lapbook.
Uh-huh.
The name of the brand was Chewy, CHUWI, a couple weeks ago, and it actually had a 2K screen and aluminum for like $350. Actually, it was on sale for under $300. However, every other part of it was horrible. The performance was horrible. The keyboard was horrible. The touchpad was horrible. Like, every other part of it was horrible. But I think it may have had like an Atom processor or low-end Celeron or something. It was really the performance was bad. But, hey, it was aluminum. So sometimes you're better off with plastic. I'm just saying. But
my goodness.
So you can't necessarily judge a notebook by its cover. That being said, that it is nice to get premium materials like metal and carbon fiber, rather than like cheap, shiny dime store plastic.
Sure.
So anyway, if you want to read a review of this laptop or any of our other sub $500 laptops, check us out on laptopmag.com. And if you want to read about things that are not laptops and tech, like phones and TVs, check out our other site, tomsguide.com.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you bringing up the Chewy, because I've gotten press releases from them, well, for a while. And
oh, yeah, but you haven't seen it yet. You haven't touched it. Right?
No. So
come by the office.
So I was very curious about that, because obviously my fear was, for the price and the look, was that the only way that they were going to do it was going to be a garbage computer.
Yes. It credibly looks like a MacBook 12-inch, though. Like, you could fool someone.
That was exactly what I thought when the pictures started coming in. I'm like, oh, that they definitely seem to have taken the form over function thing to an extreme, because it definitely looks MacBooky.
I give them credit for trying, in the sense also that they put in a higher than HD screen.
Yeah.
Like, for under, actually, I think it was on sale at one point for $287 or something. For under $300 to get that kind of screen is like unheard of. However,
give me the HD screen and put a real processor in it.
Yes, and also make the screen brighter and more colorful. So, so that's
a 2K 16 color screen is not going to make you happy.
Go. It's going to be amber. It's just going to be like your old Mac, but it's going to show the DOS prompt in really high res.
Oh my goodness, Abram, this is always a pleasure. I always love getting in depth on something with you like that. So, did you say that the review for this is already up or is coming soon?
No, it should be tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Cool.
Should be Monday of this week.
Cool. So we will look for it on Monday.
Yep.
As always, thanks, Abram.